Hi Aries, this is Griselle from Psychic MD and I'm here to do your November reading. Can you believe this year has just flown by? But in this reading, oh my goodness, I hope you guys are well. In this reading, we're going to go ahead and explore what's going on for the month of October. We're also going to take a look at your money, because why not, right? Because we can. And then we're going to take a look at love for both coupled and singles. So that's what we're doing. Hope you enjoy. All right. Messages for Aries for the month of November. What do we have going on? Thank you. Let's find out. So I'm taking the first one that jumped out. And right off the bat, I got Ace of Material. So we're looking at money. We're looking at depositing time, money, energy, effort into something that's going to be precious and stable. You're looking to be grounded. You're not looking to spend foolishly. You're looking to invest all of these things, which are resources, in the best way possible. You're looking for what's the future going to bring if I do this. Okay. I hope it doesn't catch fire because I'm really fond of this. This deck. So the second one that I pulled, oh look, okay, so we have 7 of emotions, so we have a ton of options. So you're looking at your options and you're trying to choose that which is the more viable option, the one that's going to give you the best bang for your buck. I don't know if I should say it that way, but there we went. And you're going to really look to find out, like, you know, is this situation bringing me what I want? Are these situations really going to help me prosper, and is it worth my time, basically? So your next card in this division, did I just say division? Okay, is 4 of Inspiration, and this is Wands. This is about taking care of your home, or it could be who is your home. Home doesn't have to be a house. It could be an apartment. It could be a little shack. It could be on 4 wheels. It could be outdoors on a tent. Home is really, I feel like, more about people and those that we love. So take it however it resonates. But you're going to be looking at what's going to give you that joy, that stability. Perhaps you're getting a new house, new apartment, or deciding to set yourself in a different way possible entirely. Like maybe you're thinking, okay, I've had the house or whatever, and I just really want something different for myself. Maybe you're thinking about getting a van and pursuing the van life. Okay, I don't know. We have a lot of options. You're going to make those choices with a lot of wisdom as well. So it's not going to be whimsical or frivolous in the least, okay? So Aries, what do we have going on for the month of November? For those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. For those of you that do not celebrate, sorry, plug your ears. I don't know, but I want to be respectful for everyone across the board. Okay, so let's find out a little bit more about these options. What options do we have for Aries coming up, please? I'd love to know for the month of November options. And why are these cards here on the board? Let's find out. 8 of Voices. Check this out. So I feel like you've been caught. I mean, look at the card itself is all dark, right? It's all kind of dark and ominous-y. That's not a word, by the way, but it is today. So it's fairly dark. I feel like you've been in the dark tied up within your mind, kind of like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What's going to go on? And I feel like a lot of it can do, to the fact of like current events or what's going on. Obviously, those would be the obvious reasons. So we're thinking about those things. We're thinking right now, that would make sense. It's like, what are my options? Because this is almost like being bound by your ideas and your options. So be careful that you're not tied into your brain a little bit too much, because that can really take away the quality of having blessings. Like, wow, I have so many options. Instead, it's like, wow, how am I going to get through these options? Do you see the difference, dear Aries? I know you do, because you guys are super smart. And so I really want it to be light and easy for you, as easy as possible, and uplifting for you. So I want to just caution you, don't get caught up in your head. And if you do, please do get help, because this energy right here can become stagnant if we get too much in our brain, right? So the Ace of Materials. So for Aries, what else do we have? What are we caught up in our brain? What about these options? What can help our Aries out, please, for the month of November? Let's find out. The sun. So maybe even getting a little bit of sun, getting out in the sun. I don't know what part of the world that you guys live in, obviously. I live in Arizona and it's sunny 24/7. Somebody send help. Just kidding. But for real though, it's really hot, you guys. It's just barely starting to cool off, and I don't want to complain and whine, but here I am doing it anyways. So maybe getting a little bit of sun is going to really help you, because you know that vitamin D for your skin. There's no replacement. There's no like physical vitamin that you can take that will really help with that. And you want to be wise, obviously. I don't have to lecture you guys, but first 15 minutes of the day or the last in the evening are going to really help you to download your codes from spirit. Also, I feel like it's going to bring you a lot of joy. So meditating even in the sun is going to help you get centered. Now, okay, for those of you guys that have no sun as of right now, or during the time whenever you're watching this, now here's the thing is we can meditate, and the sun can really come through within our mind, like our crown chakra. And what I mean by that, obviously, is just focusing on things that are like yellow or bright, focusing on the sun's energy, and just really bringing that through your crown chakra. And maybe you just need to make a little bit more effort. Okay, it's going to be a lot more effort, but you can totally do it, because I believe in you. I know that you guys can do this. But this is to really balance out all of this dark, like your thoughts getting bound up. We don't want that. So we want this. We want the sun to come and really lift you up and lighten you up. And that's where we're headed, okay? So for the month of November. Now, Four of Inspiration is here. I'd love to know a little bit more about why this card is out here for my beautiful Aries for the month of November. Oh, thank you. Okay. Nine of Emotions. That one just jumped out. I hope you guys saw it on camera. I don't know. So I'm trying different camera angles. Let me know what you guys think anyways, but moving on. So Nine of Emotions is just all about getting that wish fulfillment, that is which you desire, that emotional gratification. It doesn't have to be, once again, things or anything like that, but check it out. It's right below the Four of Inspiration, and it tells me that, you know what, you're looking for that feeling, that vibe of home, that sense of community, that sense of partnershiping. Is that a word? But yeah, so I feel like you are really going to be in your feels for the month of November, maybe reminiscing, hoping family can come visit. Hopefully they can, and if they cannot, then hopefully you can get those needs met. But there's going to be a real watery nature about things, like needing to get your emotional needs fulfilled. And so this could be a really tough time for some of us that don't have family that live near us, don't have family at all. And I get that. And if that is the case, then I hope you know that we are a little community here. And I know it's kind of silly, but you can post your comment, and I'm always going to try to encourage you. I'll do my best to answer everyone. I'll show you that write any messages. I'll do it. I promise. So here, look, 10 of Voices. I feel like there's a lot of stress about maybe the holidays, about traveling, about what is happening in the world, global events right now. And I'm really trying to steer away from, current events. We all know what's going on, but I definitely have to address them if they're in my face. And look at this. Look, this is just going with all that blackness. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't see. I don't know what's going on. Am I going to buy tickets? Will they get canceled? Can I still travel? Just a plethora of ideas. So we don't know what the new tides are bringing. But I am asking you, please don't let that just so stress you out that it takes the joy away from your day or even your month. Yeah. So, because there could be a propensity for feeling like a victim, like, gosh, I planned these things and nothing ever works out. So we want to stay away from thoughts like that. Again, get into a higher vibration by meditating, doing some breath work. By the way, you guys, breath work is a really easy way to do. If you can't get outside, or like me, you just don't want to because it's so freaking hot out there, then by all means, go ahead and wear like a red or orange shirt, yellow. Any of those colors are going to really help you, put you in the sun's energy. Or or light those candles that really use color therapy. You guys are smart. You know how to do that. And so that'll help you get out of this mental space that isn't going to benefit anyone. Okay, so those are just little cautions right there. Now, the next card, I just flipped over the deck. That's why I didn't mix, and I saw this. It's the wheel, and things are going to be turning. And things are going to be turning, yes, for the better. But keep in mind, I feel like you want to be balanced. You want to balance your emotions because you know that this wheel turns. And look at it, just turns like the phases of the moon, which I almost did my nails with the moon phases. I failed you guys, though. But anyways, and so the phases of the moon, it just changes. The sun, you know, changes. So I'm looking at this wheel and how the wheel spins, and the closer you get to the center of it, the less this person's going to spin. And so I feel like the more balanced you get, the more that you are centered, the more that you're meditating, doing breath work, and getting exercise. I'm not one to preach. I need a lot of that. I'm just going to tell you it's going to help you be more balanced with your emotions. So don't allow your mind to take over your emotions so much that it really just kind of ruins your holiday or ruins your month. Forget the holiday. So November, we want it to be uplifting and excellent. Okay, so see how she's poised right here, almost like a little froggy. And so she's just really like, you know, I've been turned every which way. I'm flipping through, you know, the emotions. I've been through the high ups and the low lows and all of this stuff. We want to pretty much stay in the middle ground. And that's what's going to help you is by thinking about, okay, what is it going to be beneficial in my time, my money, my energy? Is it going to be beneficial for me to buy all these plane tickets, not knowing what the outcome's going to be? Can we do maybe like a FaceTime conference or whatever? And I know we all hate that, but seeing our loved ones and being safe or taking the pressure off of yourself is going to really be beneficial. Getting creative, thinking outside of the box, but think about what is going to last. Okay, is it creating experiences? And if you cannot see each other face to face, there are still many ways to create experiences. So yeah, that's my 2 hits. Moving on. So I'd like to look at what else. What else do we want to look at, guys? Let's see what else. Anything else Spirit has to say about the month of November? I'm going to use these gorgeous cards right here. So, this is a good tarot. What else do we need to know for Aries for the month of November? And I need to flip my deck so they're not all upside down. November. All right. Well, this one just jumped. 9 of Water. Look, I feel like it is going to be a very emotional time for you guys. Second time we got the 9 of Cups here. Okay, it's all about the emotions. And so keep in mind that all the emotions, it's like the small things add up to one big moment or a big climax. And what I mean by that is just don't expect like everything to be just fantastic, obviously, all at once. Just like cherish the little things, small conversations you have with your kids, with friends, with family, with girlfriends, with boyfriends, whatever. And adding those things up so that we can revisit those and just enjoy them and place them in our hearts and make time, frankly, worth living. So that's going to be your utmost focus. For some of you guys are getting engaged. Some of you guys are thinking about marriage and hoping that you'll get the big question pretty soon, by the way. So that's what I'm seeing is a lot of like dreaming, daydreaming, watery emotion. What else do we need? Okay, I heard be careful what you prize. So that is just a cautionary tale. Be careful what it is that you're prizing. If you're prizing, like, for example, a lot of money, then, you know, that can come crashing down on us and take us on a wild ride by itself. So be careful what we prize. We want to put our emotional fulfillment in things that are more tangible, but also realistic, okay? 6 of Air. So this is about travel. This is about moving. Maybe some of you guys are wanting to move or travel. Again, this could be a trip, a vacation that people are planning. So that is still up for grabs there for those of you that it actually fits. If the story fits, great. If it doesn't, keep it moving, right? So 6 of Air is moving away from like choppy waters, about things that feel like too exhausting. Like 6 of Air is definitely a lot of mental, not confusion, but a mental turmoil. So I'm going to say keep your mind still. It's going to be really important. Again, maybe get that exercise in and or meditation. Ideally both. And if I did both, I would tell you, and I don't. But here we are talking about it because I'm just telling you what Spirit has to say. Aries. So you could be also navigating a little bit in La La Land, but I want you to keep in mind that you have a lot of spirit messages coming through. And you can get your own messages. I feel like you guys, some of you guys see birds as messengers, and birds come and tell you things, and be open to that. I know it sounds really weird, but we are here on my channel. It's weird. Let's be weird together. And I'm just going to tell you that if you're new to this and you're not like used to taking your cues from nature, or so open to it, then all you have to do is just kind of get in a really relaxed state and watch what the birds do, and watch when they come to you and when they communicate. For example, I've been noticing recently for my life a lot of like butterflies. I'm not a butterfly-y kind of person. I just made another word up. But these butterflies do come, and when I'm driving, they just float in front of my windshield, which is so odd. And another weird thing that I'm noticing is that I have a ton of butterflies in my yard, and they're close to the rocks, and they fly close to the rocks. They're like little low-flying butterflies, and they're so cute. I want to hold them. And one time recently, I stuck them on my hand out, and they almost in my head. Okay, almost was like a foot away, but still, it almost landed in my hand. They did not. They were playing. There were 3 of them like playing tag. They were so cute. But the message I got to that was like, you know what? It's easy to be joyful, to be around other people, to open myself up and be joyful, and just be a little bit in that playful spirit. And that was my message. So the messages can be anything if you just open your mind and listen. Don't judge. Don't prejudge. All right, moving on. Other messages that we have for the month of November. A lot of transformation. A lot of things are changing for you, and then that can make people really, really nervous. I'm a fixed sign as well, so I am a Leo, and I tend to not like a lot of change. It discombobulates me. Sometimes even if it's changed for the better, it throws me for a loop. I have to like know all the P's and Q's about it. And I know that you guys aren't this bad, but even to the point where I have to know where I'm going to park if I'm going somewhere, if I'm driving especially. I will even Google like the parking places and look at them versus the entrances. And I want to know everything. I don't want the surprises. They like stress me out. So try not to get in that energy, which would be my energy, of stressing out over the little things. In life, everything changes, okay? Some big changes are going to be happening for you and not to you, so I hope that you do remember that. Now, I want to take a look really quick at your money. All right, so let's find out November. What do finances look like for Aries? Finances, let's find out. 8 of Earth, it looks like you'll be working, studying, hustling, getting that dime, getting that bag, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like some of you guys can do better by listening to some music and gaining more focus that way. I think that you're going to start noticing the fruits of your effort, your focus really coming into fruition. But it's going to take some elbow grease, and I don't think you mind, Aries. I think that you're going to be in the zone, and I'm happy for you. So money looks pretty darn good so far. Give me more money messages. What about this 8 of Earth, please? 8 of Earth. Some of you guys are going to school, learning how to do trade, learning. Some of you guys are like habitual learners. Like I love to learn, so I come on YouTube and study all sorts of craziness, and some stuff sticks and some doesn't, right? So Aries for the month of November. Let's find out. So have patience. Have patience where your money is concerned. Know that the time that you're investing is well worth it. But be patient. There is a clock on her breast, and she's looking to the left. And for me, that's always looking at the past. And you have your pillar. It's your character, a desire to learn, to study, to work hard. And so you have got this. But it could be maybe you've suffered some losses, especially recently with businesses being put out of business and things like that because of current events. I'm going to move this because I'm like, is this going to burn? I don't want to like start a fire when I'm doing your sign. That would really kind of suck, wouldn't it? Well, you might be amused, but I would not. Okay, money messages for the month of October for my Aries, please. 4 of Earth. Okay, so you're going to be in a position where you're going to be hanging on to your coin, your dollars, your bag of money. So you're going to just, I don't think you're going to be really concerned with like doing a lot of shopping, Black Friday shopping, whatever. You're going to be concerned with like earning an income, revamping yourself and keeping up with the times and keeping up with like a trade and just saving your money, just kind of hanging on to things. So I don't think that's a bad angle to approach things at all. I think that's a great idea, frankly. I mean, once again, look at our current events, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and do romance, and we're going to look at married, couple, relationship, situationship for my Aries. So what's going on? What's going on for November, Aries, for those that are a couple? Relationship, situationship, complicationship, you guys. Let's find out what's going on. Let's find out. Ha! The Empress. Okay, so you are very creative. Some of you guys are really thinking about and doing a bunch of creative projects. It could be around the house, sewing, revamping your, I heard bushes. Sounds really weird. Okay. Maybe you're doing some gardening in your part of the world. I don't know where you live, but it could be doing some gardening outside, but I was thinking more pillows in the interior of your home, specifically the couch for most of you. Now her attire right here looks really romantic, so you could be sprucing up your bedroom as well and getting creative in the bedroom as well. I don't know your life, but some of you can be pregnant. Some of you can be looking to get pregnant. But you're embodying all of the queens, and that's intense. I love that for you. And it doesn't matter if male or female energy. As far as this Empress goes, this is about embodying the spirit of she who creates. And, you know, a creation can take up to 9 months or even longer for those of us that are entrepreneurs who try different things out or whatever. Just putting that out there. So what else do we have for our couples for the month of November? Aries. Oh, the Ace of Cups. We have juicy little offers. We have this Dove. I think a lot of peaceful connection with your significant other if you're in a partnership, complicationship, situationship, whatever. Princess of Pentacles. This is like I want to move slow and really expand kind of my horizons, deposit more time, energy, effort. And you have traveled, or maybe your person has traveled quite a bit. Maybe they're giving a lot less than you bring to the equation. And then I have the Two of Cups, where you guys are soulmates. It's like when they exhale, you inhale. And when you inhale, they exhale. That sounded weird, but you know what I'm talking about. You guys breathe like the same air, and you're like, you're mirror images of each other. And there's I heard bien simpático, very copacetic, very intense connection that other people don't have with their mates or spouses. And so if this is you, I love that for you. Even complicationship, situationship, okay? Your person could be younger than you, or you could be younger than your person, like significantly younger, okay? That's what I have for romance for Aries that are partnered. Aries, November, for my singles. What does that look like, please? Aries singles, what can we expect for Aries? Let's find out. The High Priestess. You and your gut already know. Follow your intuition. It's going to be really on point. And you know that the veil thins in October. I'm feeling this. This is October, what, 22nd, somewhere around there. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you that you've had a lot of transformation. I feel like you're finally, I won't say finally, you're finally embodying being the High Priestess, dear Aries. And the reason why is because I feel like this whole outfit is her being a butterfly. If you look at this, to me it looks like a butterfly or dragonfly even. And then her wings are just like gently folded and she's just totally relaxed right now, in tune with spirit and not worried about a thing. Definitely connected to the moon. And I think that you, the message for this for my single Aries people is that, you know, if somebody's in your DMs, if somebody's like, hey, let's go on a date, or hey, can I come over? Can I Netflix and chill? Your intuition is telling you everything that you need to know. Follow your intuition because it's right here in the window, right above her crown chakra. So this is you being super in tune. You don't need me or anyone else to tell you if that's a good person for you, if it's a good match, regardless of what connection you are wanting to have. Maybe some of you guys are poly. Maybe some of you guys want a monogamous relationship. Maybe some of you guys have no idea and you're open to different things. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, so for singles Aries, what else do we need to know? Let's find out. Six of Cups, you could be having someone from the past coming towards you, really wanting to revisit the good old times. If you were not involved before, I feel like they're going to really want to be involved with you romantically. Okay, this could have been somebody you went to grade school with, high school with, or anything like that. Or, you know, different college with, regardless. So somebody from the past is going to be returning, or at least trying to kind of like chat with you. I don't think it's going to feel super innocent. I think they're going to feel a lot of nostalgia. It'll bleed into your conversation. What I mean by that, I got to choose my words carefully, is it'll come out in conversation, kind of like, gosh, remember the times when we used to, oh, that was so fun. And, you know, so you know that they're reminiscing, and during this time we kind of get lonely. So yeah, it happens. But follow your intuition. If they're in it to win it, you're going to know. If they're going to hit it and run, you're going to know. Whatever your case may be. No judgment here. This is not the judgment zone. Aries, what else do we have romantically for singles? Let's find out. Chariot, a lot of movement. A lot of movement. You could be going places, meeting people. And you have a lot of options. What I am going to say is with the Chariot card, you want to be sure that it's something that you want. And again, no judgment, because that one can also be saying that, you know what, I'm just here to have a good time, but not for a long time. Like, a long time would be like maybe a couple hours and then I'm out of here. You know what I'm talking about? That, like, you know, not burning the midnight oil with you. They want to put in the minimum effort, hit it and quit it and move it, keep it moving. That's what they want to do. Or it could be you. So if that's your case, that would be fine as long as you're aware and in agreement and obviously responsible. But look at all the bodies being like thrown all over the place here. And so you want to be careful that in your journeys and your travel, that when you're escaping a scenario, you're not leaving a whole bunch of wreckage behind you, you know, meaning people that you hurt just for the sake of like a couple hours of pleasure or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm just talking weird today. But anyways, that's what I have for you. In the romance apartment, if you guys do like my readings, please give me a like, comment, share, subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Also, keep an eye open for my pick a card series. I'm putting out, you know, as much as I can. I want to say a bunch of them, but it's really not that bunch of them. So pick a card readings are just kind of, yeah, I think fun personally. But if there's anything you'd like to see, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. And I want to thank you so much. Have an incredible November, and namaste.